guys? It's Kevin Powell with the Kevin Powell Podcast. I am here with the man himself, Dan Janssen. Dan, how are we feeling today?
Feeling a lot better than I was yesterday.
I was going to say, I can only imagine the amount of stress every single day of this. So I want to know, we're going to start at the beginning. When did Incarceration, by the way, if you didn't know, this is the guy behind Incarceration, okay? I've talked to Waylon, I mess up his name, Waylon Revis. Thank you, Tyler. That's a joke we have, by the way. Talked to Waylon of Killer's Confession, and he talked about, we used to play back in the day with In The Clink, and, that's how Dan got us involved, and, we're super grateful to him for that. So, one, shout out to you, from them, to you. Two, you already know that.
Right.
Two, take me back to those beginning days. How did you wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm going to do a festival?
So basically, there was the festival before Incarceration called In The Clink, and that festival went away in 2017 was the last year of that.
Okay.
And one of the guys that was one of the people that funded that event was also a friend of mine. And basically, the reformatory was like, we still want to do something here because the event was gone, but what would you want to do with it? And he's like, I have no clue. I was funding it. You know what I mean? But I know this other guy. So they brought me in as a promoter for the show at the time. And I looked at the situation and I thought, this had so much more potential. And I was just basically like, if you want to do a festival, let's do a festival. In The Clink was a smaller event. Yeah. And so I basically pitched my ideas, and my partner Mike Kaminsky, the guy that was working with In The Clink at the time, he really liked it, and he's like, hey, and I said, there's one more thing. I don't like the name. I want to change the name. Okay. And I came up and I said, it's got to be called Incarceration. I love one-word festival titles. That's just a thing for me. Yes. So we came with the name. He loved that, loved the branding, and then we were off to the races in 2018 was our first year. So,
My first year with you guys, I think, was 2022 or 23. I can't quite remember. But every single year, this was my first Danny Wimmer Presents Festival, and I've joked about it with bands before who have played here and have played other festivals, and they're always like, Incarceration's like the best thing ever.
It is.
Well-run machine. I don't know how much of a hand you have with everything involved, but we're going to get to that.
Okay.
Top-notch all around. Like, I work with other music promotions, and I'm behind the scenes with security. I'm behind the scenes with artists and stuff like that, and genuine comfort that artists feel coming here is great. So number one, you make your artists feel comfortable. Number two, everyone knows what they're doing. There's not one security guard who just started yesterday and doesn't have any idea. So that's great. Everyone feels nice and safe. And you guys have been working nonstop around the clock. This is day 2 of Incarceration. Big difference between day 1 and day 2.
Yes. Yeah, obviously yesterday we got hit with weather really early. Yeah. It causes a snowball effect, right?
Oh yeah, that's all it is.
Traffic, then traffic accident, and then all of a sudden the parking lots get backed up because there's lines of cars.
And it's all your fault.
And the camping shuttles happen, right? And you're right, it's totally my fault.
Yes.
So but anyways, look, no excuses, right? Right. So we're like, hey, there's issues, we have to fix them, right? So, overnight, after that happened, once we got everything caught up, by about 3:30, 4 o'clock or so, basically we're like, okay, now, great, we got everything caught up. What do we do for tomorrow? And we spent probably 3 hours in meetings with traffic, with the police, with everybody.
And what time was this?
This was all day. This started about probably 5 o'clock. I think we started going, and then all the way to about 7:30. Yeah. We just were having meetings about how do we fix tomorrow. So, it's basically all the stakeholders. Yeah, on site, all the stakeholders of every different department, and how do we fix it? How do we make it better for the fans? And let's execute it. So we just go through it, and we come up with ideas, and then we do it the next day. So it's just got to have the ability to kind of, go back and rethink and revamp things, and just, you can pinpoint where things went wrong and how to fix them. And a lot of credit to, Danny Wimmer, my partner. Yep. His team, DWP's team, is the seasoned vets here. They're the ones that have been doing this for well over a decade, and they do multiple events a year. I get the one event, but, they have a lot of them, and so they're very seasoned, and like you said, everybody knows what they're doing, so the companies they hire are always the best. They all know what they're doing at all times, and it's really, it's really, I'm very fortunate to have them as my team on site.
And you guys were keeping fans updated all throughout the night.
Yeah.
You guys were active on social media, making sure everyone knew what was going on. There's no, obviously there's going to be people that are confused. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
However, I've never seen anyone more involved directly with fans than Incarceration, DWP, all those guys. So thank you for that.
Yeah, media team's on site. I mean, our social media team is here. They're in the trenches with us, and I mean, transparency is the best thing, and communicating with fans. The worst thing you can do is go silent and not tell people what's going on, tell them what the options are going to be.
I swear there was a festival where that happened before.
No comment. No comment. But
I talked to bands about that, and it's a lot of fun.
There has been several festivals like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's, you got to communicate, and I think that's the key. And, but yeah, we do that, and the fans appreciate that. And then we hope that we could turn it around like we did today. We got everybody in here quickly, and everybody's having a great time. They had a great time yesterday too. Once they were here, they were like, "This is great." So I thought yesterday ended really strong. Yes. We were able to get everybody out really quickly out of the venue, and no big issues with that. So it was good there. And then that's the key. It started slow, but we ended strong yesterday, and we hope to continue that throughout the weekend. So.
And I've been here since 2022 or 2023.
Yeah.
You start blending together after a while. That's how it goes.
Agreed. 100%. Yeah.
But there's a big change from last year to this year. You guys switched out the layup.
Yes.
What's been the word on that? How's the reception? What do you think?
Well, this was my baby here.
Yeah.
This whole switching the site around. I heard a lot of feedback over the last 6 years from fans, from the lack of shade. People wanted more shade. They wanted more space.
Sun's in their eyes when they're trying to watch
sun's in their eyes when you're watching the stage. Yeah. The biggest thing for me was shade, and we were utilizing a whole side of this prison that literally has all these trees, right?
Yes.
And also space. We outgrew the setup we were at last year.
Yeah.
And just giving people more elbow room, a little better flow back and forth between stages, things like that. So I've been trying to get this new setup done since about 22, actually.
Oh, okay.
And it just took a lot of different redesigns and designs and redesigns. And also, we had to do some infrastructure on the site that we put in this year that we finally got approvals for. So that helped a lot. Some roads that we put in to be able to get production vehicles in.
Yeah.
But this year came together. I got everybody on board with it. With some help, I had some people that were rallying for it on the DWP side as well. And Wimmer let me run with this thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. So it's been great. It turned out better than I could have expected. And we're excited where we're at right now. This festival's grown to a really nice spot right now.
I was going to say, I have seen a significant growth.
Yes.
I mean, I know you have to. You get to see the numbers and the fighting and all that stuff, but definitely the growth is there. Mm-hmm. And I know that, all right, we did that change of the layout. You're not done. You're going to do something different every year.
We're always going to continue.
Because you're listening to feedback. Yes. And you're listening to everything.
The sites, we're never done. We're always looking on how we can make it better for the next year. Now, as far as getting bigger and wider and more capacity, I think we're at a good spot right now. But what do we do with this spot now, right? There's things we can keep doing to improve the site, improve just what we're working with now, and we'll listen to the feedback this year after the show, and see what the fans are saying, and if there's constructive criticism in there, we read all of it. We're like, hey, you know what? That guy's got a good point, And so, I think we're gonna hear the feedback after the event and go from there. So
that's the way to. Oh, actually, what you do is you just expand the prison, double it.
I'd love to finish the insides of the prison, but it's this prison is one of a kind. I mean, obviously that's the staple of this festival.
Yeah, it's a location.
It's probably the most unique backdrop for a festival. That's the other thing too. We didn't even mention with this new setup. The backdrop.
Oh, you mean the thing behind us?
Yes, it's this amazing prison. So it does awesome views, awesome shots. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better backdrop for an event. So
it's
we're excited
cool to walk by, and if you haven't done a tour yet, you got to do one of the tours. You got the tattoo side of things as well.
Absolutely.
And talk to a big
haunted house
supplier. Haunted house. Now, if you could go back in time to 2016 Dan and tell him one thing, what would it be?
Gosh, one thing. Well, I would say keep going, because about 2016 I almost got out of the music business. I actually went back to college and was trying to finish up my business degree, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of drop all this and do something else, and then a little bit of luck, Mike Kaminsky calls me and says, hey man, I got this opportunity, you want to do it? And I'm like, I've always wanted a festival, you know what I mean? So I remember I used to go to Rock on the Range a lot back in the day, and I remember leaving there the one year, and I was just like, you know what, I don't think I ever want to come back to one of these things until I own my own, you know what I mean? And I didn't. I never went back to any other festival until I had my own, and I was like, now I got my own festival, I feel good. So
because you're already planning for next year.
Oh yeah, we've got 26 already booking right now.
That's crazy.
We have confirmed acts already.
I mean, you have to though.
Yeah, it is wild, because I mean, mean, that's what the one thing that's cool about this event is bands want to play here, and we're getting confirmations a year in advance, which used to never happen. So like I think it's really great that that we're getting support from the artists and the agents and the managers, and I think they're seeing the growth of it, and we're not that small little tiny fest anymore. They're like, hey, this is something big.
I mean, look at any of your socials.
Yeah.
Literally. All right, prime example, we were side stage for Beartooth for a little bit and then Knock Loose for sure. Yeah. Just looking out at the sea of people.
It's wild.
And that's also part of the reconstruction you guys did from last year to this year.
Correct, yeah.
I love the fact that the VIP tent that I can't find a seat at, but that's okay, because I don't need to. That's for them, not for me. If I was up there watching, perfect, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was the one thing, too, is with the double stage, you really have to make sure your view lines are good.
Yeah.
And that VIP, when we set up, I literally walked every place on that VIP to make sure it had good view lines on stage 2. Because we knew we'd do stage 1. We wanted stage 2 to have views as well. So, I mean, I really like the way that turned out. I think the fans they're getting their money's worth up there.
Yeah.
We added shade structures and more seating, and like I'm really proud of like the team that put all this together, because I thought it'd be good, but like the new set would be great, but then like when I went out there and really looked at things, I'm like, they did better than I had expected.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's all part of the team too. It's not just you got a whole set of people ready to go, and they're all on board with you. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, and like I said, a big shout out to DWP. They provide most of the staffing for this event, and they have their teams, and their teams are locked in, and they take it seriously, and Danny Wimmer is always walking around. I mean, his thing is fan first, fan experience. Yep. And like he's been great to learn from, while working with him over that since we've partnered with them in 21.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a fun experience, and they've helped get this thing to where it's at, which is amazing.
Last question for you: if you had to give advice to any band who wanted to see their way to Incarceration, what would it be?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, look, I like giving opportunities to unsigned acts, to like smaller bands that aren't quite there yet, or newly signed acts. I mean, I love it. As you guys know, we put a lot of bands on this show that don't play a lot of the festival circuits and aren't, a lot of festivals that either don't have space for or whatever. Well, we really pride ourselves on that. So I say, reach out. You know what I mean? info@incarceration.com. Email us. Send us some music. It'll get on some ears, so people will hear it. And if it's something there, if they're ready for that, if they've got a fan base growing in their home markets and stuff, and they've got some momentum in their favor, like, we'll do what we can to help them out.
Awesome, Dan. I appreciate a little bit of your time today.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. That's Dan. You got to get out to Ink next year. He didn't tease anything, but I know it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. It's going to be great. So get out to Ink. Get out to any Danny Wimmer Presents festivals, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.